Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nerds of the Round Table. This week, we're going to be talking about the Avengers Infinity War movie that's coming out soon, and just pretty much everything that's led up to that point. I, personally, am not super up-to-date or, knowledgeable on these films, so I'm kind of going to be taking more of a backseat role during this episode and handing it off to the other people, which I'm sure will end in disaster.
Yep.
But, just so you know. So that's my intro. That's my intro, Jake. Go ahead and...
Just like to let you guys know before we start this podcast, we don't have a sponsor this week. Casper pulled out, Buttermilk pulled out. We're really running dry here. So if you guys could go to our www.patreon.com/nerds of the round table, $1 tiers, you get a nice fancy cock ring with our names engraved on the inside of it. And for tiers higher than that, you get nothing. So give to our Patreon, please.
That's an incentive to make them pay more.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants a cock ring with our names inscribed on it.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
All right. So, coming this May, as you all know, it will have been 10 years since the beginning of this whole escapade that Marvel has been going on, and the real question is, will it live up to the hype? Thoughts, concerns, questions?
Probably.
I mean, like at this point, I feel like the only way it couldn't live up to the hype is if it just didn't come out.
The only way they couldn't is if they overbloat how many characters are on screen at once.
I think the main concern here is Thanos. Like, they have to make Thanos, like, as good of a villain as Loki was in the first Thor movie. Because he's really, like, the only villain they've ever had that was, like, really that great.
Yeah.
Like, Ultron was good because of James Spader, but, like...
Yeah, because that was the thing, like, Ultron honestly should have been a hell of a lot better.
Like, Ultron, like, people always say that he should have been a lot stronger than he was, which is true, like, lore-wise, but he would have been so overpowered. Like, he would have been like a Thanos level villain if they did that, which, kind of would have been a decent idea. But also, he was different. He was based on Tony's mind, not Ant-Man's mind. So I guess that kind of makes sense. But like they really have to knock it out of the park with Thanos in general.
That really is the one point that they need to tread carefully on. Because I feel like at this point, every other character is so well established.
Yeah.
Enough. Like, unless they're just like disgustingly out of character, all of them, which I don't think after 10 years they're going to do.
Like, I think everything else, because I feel like there's no way, because, like, all of the movies pretty much have been good, except for maybe Thor the Dark World.
I think if there's
great to
if
mediocre,
there's a chance,
I'd say.
Yeah.
If there's a chance for any Marvel movie to be poorly reviewed, I think it's going to be Infinity War Part 1 or 2. Because I think it's going to be hard to put as many characters into a singular movie or even a two-part movie as they're trying to do.
I think it's possible, but I mean, they've done decent jobs with it before.
Well,
they
it's
just
not like it's... Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
They just won't focus as much on character development because they've already been doing that for 10 years.
I'm not saying I think it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if one of them would be bad, I think it's going to be one of these two.
I mean, I don't think there's any possible way that they're going to get, like, poor reviews. It's just, like, really about, like, will it be as good as we want it to be? And obviously, for a good chunk of people, the answer is going to be no, because there's just people that won't be satisfied no matter what they give us. And
people are just going to be pissed whenever their character dies off.
Yeah.
Man, I can't... I'm going to be really sad.
How do you guys feel about two-parter movies in general?
Horrible. Hate them.
It really depends on the context. Like, I mean, separating one book into two movies, like, is a thing that happens a lot.
Like Harry Potter Episode 7. That was a great decision.
I would agree
in some parts.
I would agree with that. I mean, I've never read the books, but, like, I mean, it
you
just
could
seems
not
like
fit everything into one movie that people would want to sit through and watch.
Well, yeah,
seems like
that's what they should have did. Dark Tower should have been 7 movies, but you know what we got.
That's true.
Most of the time, I think
Yeah,
I get done
gobshite.
with the movie and I think, I wish that would have just been one long movie. Like I'd rather have one 3-hour movie than have two 2-hour movies.
I mean, it really depends on.
But then you just you lost an hour. That's basic math.
quick maths.
You lost an hour of content right there.
Well, it really
You're right.
depends.
And like that's different for a lot of people because I mean at this point you could probably guess attention spans don't really span that far
Mhm.
for most people when it comes to watching movies now. So that's just like I'd love to see it too because I love to just like sit down and watch for hours on end, but that just wouldn't go over well
Yeah.
Well, I
in the
think- and I
general
think-
populace.
At least
I think a lot of it is pacing. Like it seems like a lot of with most of these 2-parter movies that part 1 is all build up and then part 2 is all conclusion to where they don't feel like
It's like
full movies
it's like a
themselves.
good romance, bro. You gotta have that sick, nasty, slow
See,
burn.
like because I think Harry Potter did it good, and then everybody copied it, and it wasn't as
They
good.
just fucked it up.
But I feel like with Infinity War, like because I feel like the model that they're gonna have to do, and what I think they're gonna do, because it just seems like how it's gonna work. Although they're not called Part 1 and 2 anymore, so I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna play out. But what I would imagine they would do is they're gonna have the first one, like Thanos is gonna show like there's gonna be like some meet and greets probably, because like Thor and Banner have to get back to Earth.
Well, Banner gets back to Earth through Stephen
Through-
Strange's ceiling.
Yeah, through falling out of the sky, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot. But like Thanos is probably gonna get there. He's gonna get a few of the Infinity Stones. He's gonna kill somebody, and he's gonna be like winning by the end of the first movie.
And by somebody, you mean Vision.
Well, probably, but also probably Tony Stark is kind of what it's looking like. But
You think they would kill off Iron Man?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh, on question.
Considering that, also didn't they say after the Infinity Wars, that's the end of the current MCU?
they said something similar to that.
I just think that's too like they wouldn't be
There's
willing to
gonna
take
be
that much of a
Guardian
risk.
3.
Well, I think it's also
No, okay.
it's. I mean, it's going to be
ahead.
somebody important, like at least important enough. Like, what am I trying to say here? Like, it pretty much have to be like Tony
Or
or
Cap.
like Iron Man or Cap, or because like I mean they could kill off Thor also.
Or
but I don't
both.
I was
think they're
I was
do
gonna
that.
say that was my thing. Like they're either gonna kill off like one of like the big three, like Thor, Cap, or Iron Man, or they're gonna kill off like. Honestly,
A
I could see
bunch of
Black Widow.
Every single
honestly,
side character.
honestly, I could see Black Widow dying first movie.
That's what I thought too. Like the only thing I could see them not doing that is because of like a business decision, because there's like only 2 girls. But
Yeah, because they're like, how can we market boobs?
No, there's 3 now.
who?
Because
well,
the,
actually,
the
there's
black
more.
girl from Black Panther's in it. Because
There's
Oh, that's true.
plus the
Black
Guardians of
Widow,
the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
The
and the
green
2
girl.
Guardians.
The green
Oh,
girl
yeah.
from
I-
The
Guardians.
3 Guardians
I
actually.
was like I was
There's
targeting like
Gamora,
the
Mantis,
Avengers
and Nebula.
specifically. But I
So
don't
we have
think-
5 women in this movie that can die.
Yeah.
Just what I like to see.
I was gonna say I was like, yay? Question.
I could see Mantis dying, but
But
I that feel really weird. That feel really hackneyed if they brought her in just for Thanos to immediately gut her.
yeah. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy and Thanos, though, like
It's gonna be Nebula or whatever her name is. Like if any Guardian's gonna die, it's gonna be Nebula.
I could see Nebula. I could see. Oh, there's like things that I could see.
Because
Like, I
that's
could see,
that's gonna be the top of the movie. Is like
Like,
is
Nebula's.
Groot gonna die again?
I hope so. I hope so. Just
We can only hope.
like if
Listen,
We
Captain
can only hope
America
that Groot will
dies,
die forever.
or if I feel like Tony, if he dies, he's gonna end up dying like to save Cap, because
And
it'll
then-
be like the freaking like closure to the fight or some
or
shit.
Cap will save Tony.
Yeah, that's also what I was gonna say.
Or Spider-Man's
Or
gonna
like
swing in and
Nebula
just
will
get
save
obliterated.
Gamora. But
Oh, man, I would
or-
love that. Just see Spider-Man just swinging in, like, I'm here, guys. Just gets
Yeah.
obliterated.
honestly, if
Yeah,
they
he just
Spider-Man, like that would be
Just
amazing.
gets one punched.
yeah he gets one punch and then like Ned corpse and dons the suit.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah,
I'd walk-
then Jared would kill
Yeah, and then
himself.
I'd walk out the theater because Ned is living human garbage.
Ned is the best character.
Who is Ned?
He's
The
the,
fat
fat
kid.
Mexican.
Peter's friend.
Oh, okay, from
The
Spider-Man.
comic relief.
Yeah,
All right.
comic relief. Put a bunch
No,
of
the best
quotes
character in the
on that.
MCU, I would have to say, is definitely Zendaya,
Oh,
Tay Sunday.
MJ.
the Scholastic Bowl girl.
MJ.
I liked her.
She
I thought it was
alright.
really fucking stupid at
She
the
was
end that she
kinda
was
weird.
MJ, but I liked her.
But like, I really wish, like with Guardians 2, because that's the thing is that with Thanos like having to be so great in Infinity War, like Guardians, like the first Guardians movie, like was really what gave us our first in movie look at Thanos, and I kind of wish we would have got more of that in Guardians 2, because I feel like they needed to build him up a little bit more and instead of and like without just like little cameos at the end.
Yeah, I would have appreciated it if we saw him a little more because at this point it's just kind of like they teased him once.
I mean, like there's because they have a lot of like they have a lot of catching up to do with like showing what he can do,
Yeah,
why he's a threat,
Yeah, all they have is
who
Guardians of the
he
Galaxy.
is
And
as a
then,
villain.
was it the end of Age of Ultron where he had the masturbation joke?
Yeah, he was just like, fine, I'll do it myself. And then that was in 2015. So
Yeah.
Can I talk about the fact that Thanos, in every single one of those
is a
after
different
movie
color.
things, he was always blue. He was always blue, and suddenly we get to Infinity War, and they just decide he's purple. All right, you don't just get to be purple whenever you want. All right, you
I
got to
mean,
start out purple.
He wasn't blue in
He
Guardians
was-
of the Galaxy though. He was just lighter. Now he's just darker purple for some reason.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
the-
maybe
it's
it was
our
just the
yellow
lighting or
Earth sun.
something, but they also might have
Yeah,
changed
Maybe
it
it
a
has
little
story
bit.
reasons.
In the trailer,
Maybe he does,
some
like-
people have like theorized that like it's the lighting from the trailer of Infinity War, but because everything is really like glowy. But
He's
Infinity
Superman,
War,
it's
the
our
whole
yellow
trailer-
Earth sun.
The whole trailer just looked kind of yellow. Everything was really washed out. It seemed like.
well, that's his power. Turns
Yep.
things yellow.
Turns the sun off.
What a power!
That's why he makes
Transformers
Starves
too.
us of our vitamin C or
He
D.
makes
It's
Superman
D, I think.
really shitty.
Yeah,
Can I mention something that's kind of related?
No.
sure.
Recently, there was a tournament for a game called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite,
And
which
the
is based
trophy
on
was-
God,
Infinity
don't
got
remind
that.
me of that game.
the trophy was an Infinity Gauntlet, but they
I
had
literally
special
just saw
rules.
a Reddit post for this before.
They had special rules in the tournament that were based on the Infinity Stones, and I think it was the Reality Stone.
Was banned.
What it did was it it let you change 3 buttons on your opponent's controller.
What the
What the
fuck?
fuck?
Like that would ruin. Like that's like an instant
Wait,
win.
you're joking, right?
Not joking. That was an
Because
actual thing.
Reality Stone in that game is like kind of an instant win, anyways.
Yeah, it was like a tournament specific thing that they did. But
That's
yeah,
a
you
load
could
of shit.
change 3 buttons on your character's controller.
That's a load.
really stupid.
It's like, hey, start is now
I
kick.
mean, I guess it's if
Hey, your joystick is now a fucking thumb drive.
like well, hold on a second. though.
Forward
So-
is now step back.
So, well, hold on a second though. Like, if okay, so say like me and you went to like face each other in this tournament, so I get to change your buttons and you get to change mine, right?
Nope.
No, I wasn't 100% sure how it worked. It might work like that. I just know I think you maybe had 1 stone each, and you could play it once throughout the tournament. But I shouldn't say that because I don't actually know for sure. I'm just thinking
I was
maybe
gonna
that's
say,
how it worked.
Like, if every match, then yeah. Like, if every match all the stones were active. then
No,
it'd
you
be
definitely
fine,
didn't get
but-
one every match. But yeah,
Okay, but
I'm not too sure how it worked. But I knew that was a mechanic that happened at some point in the tournament. Was somebody got their buttons switched around.
that's erect. But
Back to Marvel.
back to the actual Marvel, Joseph Stone. But
Hero.
yeah. So there was a funny thing, because like Thanos isn't wearing. He's wearing like a wife beater in the trailer,
Yeah, I saw that.
and he's not wearing his helmet anymore. So like
He looks like a
Uh,
thumb.
everybody's kind of just saying like, yeah, well now he's super powerful, so he doesn't need his armor. And it's like, all right, well, whatever, I guess.
He just like decks Spider-Man
He really
in that trailer.
Well, he decks Iron Man, but he like flattens out Spider-Man.
Can we talk about how fucking cool Pete's new suit is?
The Iron Spider.
It looks so good.
Though I wonder how they're going to explain that because he just rejected it at the end of Homecoming, and now he's just got it.
Tony's probably like,
I'm
yo,
assuming-
bro,
I'm
Thanos is
assuming-
coming. Like, you have to fuck.
I'm assuming there's a lot of build-up between him,
Oh,
You
yeah,
know.
sexual buildup.
just like having it. Like it's never just like, oh yeah, I've got this.
No,
now.
it's just a smash cut to his room, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got this new suit.
Also, why is Black Panther not wearing his helmet during the war?
He's got to represent Uganda, bro.
Wouldn't the best way to do that be dressed as the full mascot? It's also Wakanda, not Uganda.
First Ugandan action movie.
God damn it.
Joseph Kony is the villain in Black Panther.
I wish. Yeah, played by Michael.
The
B.
final
Jordan.
shot is him just like kneeing Joseph Kony's jaw off.
That would be amazing.
I'm talking final shot too. Like the jaw comes off, credits roll.
Well, damn.
I'd buy 2 tickets to see Black Panther
Would you?
So,
if Joseph Kony was the villain.
so if you guys had to guess, what would you say is the highest grossing MCU movie?
Ooh.
Avengers Ultron probably. Oh
Probably
no, wait,
Avengers
it's,
Ultron.
I'm
it's
pretty
Civil
sure it's
War.
Civil
Isn't it
War.
Civil War? Yeah.
It is actually the first Avengers movie.
Told you.
We
Really?
suck.
Civil War is number 4, but surprisingly enough, Age of Ultron is number 2. But surprisingly enough, Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
is
that
number-
made over $1
is
billion.
number 3.
I'm so upset about that.
Well, hey, Tony Stark, man, raking it in.
Yeah,
God,
I mean, I guess
God,
it's
that
just
villain
because
was-
I guess it's just because like people thought the real Mandarin was going to be in it.
that villain was just the fucking worst.
Oh, Sam, he wasn't worse than Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, nothing could be
That's
worse
really
than that.
the one movie I've never seen Thor: The Dark World, and I've never seen the first Captain America.
I would say that I would recommend the first Captain America. Thor: The Dark. I mean, I would recommend watching Thor: The Dark World because I feel like it's kind of like nuanced just to know.
Watch it
there's
with
like-
some coffee because it's
There's like
fucking
one
boring.
black sheep throughout the entire series. But I did find some people in the comments of a video recently that enjoyed that. And well, one, there's some people that enjoy Dark World more than the first Thor movie, and 2, there's some people that enjoy Dark World more than both the first Thor movie and Ragnarok.
Those
I
people
can't
are
agree
called
on that one.
autistic.
Yeah, I can't.
See, another thing that I kind of
I
realized.
can see where people are coming from with like slight dislike of Ragnarok, but I'd still.
Another thing I kind of realized from the trailer, it's like, if you really look at Thanos, like if you really kind of look at all of the Avengers, who can really fight him?
The
Hulkbuster.
Hulk.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, Captain America's like, I have a shield.
He
And then
doesn't
I'm like,
though.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
literally in the trailer, T'Challa's like, "Get this
Yeah.
man a shield."
Yeah,
And
so
then he
then
still doesn't have a shield in the
yeah, 'cause then
runaway.
him and Bucky are gonna be like, hey, let's shoot Thanos dead. And I'm like, no.
Well, yeah, that's why he has that.
But no one can really compare to Thanos in the chin department.
Yeah, he's got a great chin.
He
But,
has he has a chin to
see,
end world.
see, Sam,
I'm
Thanos
so
knows.
pissed if they kill Thanos with bullets.
Thanos knows that nobody can fight
Yeah,
him.
it's just that guy from Thor Ragnarok's gonna come back and just shoot him.
He's gonna melt.
I want it to
him
be
with
kind
a
of-
stick.
I want it to be kind of
I
like
wish.
a comic relief ending where somebody shoots him with an arrow and it hits his chin
Somebody
right.
shoots him with an arrow.
It hits it. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
it's not Clint, not Clint at all.
They shoot his chin with an arrow and it like deflates and you realize it's been a fake prosthetic chin this whole time and he just gets
Howard the
embarrassed
Duck,
and like hops on a
falls
spaceship.
out of the chin.
No,
He's
there's our hero
"Oh,
of the
no."
movie is Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the one who shoots the fateful arrow,
I
The titular. That's part 2's name.
the titular arrow.
Yeah.
Titular Duck.
Avengers, the Arrow of Truth.
Jesus Christ.
They're like, why is it called the Arrow? Isn't that a DC property?
And Oliver.
See, the great
Green Arrow.
real question is, will the I can't remember the name of it. Oh, the Soul Stone. Will the Soul Stone be revealed in Black Panther?
Fucking probably. They've already revealed every other one.
Yeah.
What does the Soul Stone do?
The fucking
I don't
Tesseract's
know.
been
I don't know
around
what
for
any of the
goddamn
Infinity
ever.
Stones do. Oh yeah, the Tesseract's been around since the first Captain America.
Soul
movie.
Stone makes you erect.
Well, the Reality Stone lets you switch buttons.
Yep,
Shut
it
up.
sure does.
I kind of love how like everything was shrouded in like a little bit of mystery, and then Guardians of the Galaxy came along and was just like, yeah, we know everything. We know about Thanos. You know, he's out there. We're not gonna do anything about him, but we know about him.
Yeah, they're like, Thanos is scary.
Yeah. John C. Reilly's like, oh yeah, this girl's daughter of Thanos, the Mad Titan, so that's kind of spooky. But
God, I cannot wait for what the fuck was that city?
the Nova Corps.
Yeah, that place is gonna get fucking
I
wrecked.
can't. What's the name?
There's got to
What's
be
the name
one
of the-
left. though.
Novak.
No,
No.
Nova Prime.
Nova Prime. I don't know.
I don't know.
Novak? That city from Fallout New Vegas? I didn't know that was in the MCU.
Yeah, but wherever the fuck that one Infinity Stone from Guardians 1 is being held is gonna
Yeah.
get destroyed.
Because he has that one, and then the Space Stone.
Yeah, so fucking he's
Because
gonna
Loki
do
was
what
like,
Ronan
"Hey, you just
didn't have the
killed-"
balls to do.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder, like, if that's gonna be like, how are they gonna explain that? Like, if you can put it inside the fucking hammer and just touch it to the ground and kill everything, can you do that with the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, it's like I am on Earth, but I'm gonna suck you dry.
I'm gonna
I'm
make
not
sure
gonna
that
touch this to the ground because if
Oh,
this
yeah,
hits
that's
the
what I was
ground,
gonna-
we're all dead.
Yeah.
I hope that's his exact line, Sam. I hope he actually says in the movie, "I'm going to suck you dry."
Yeah, and he stares right at the camera and winks as he says it.
I just
Yeah, well, hey,
that's what I was gonna say earlier. Was God damn it, what was it now? Shit.
well, here, I'll do my fun fact. Fun
Okay.
fact: the guy playing Thanos, I'm pretty sure Josh Brolin is playing Cable in
Cable.
Deadpool 2.
Great.
He's like the greatest. His voice is wonderful for Thanos. What the fuck was I gonna say?
Honestly, I kind of want Jeff Bridges to be Thanos.
That would be.
It should be
That'd
Kelsey
be
Grammer.
funny. Oh God!
Oh, it's Beast.
Yeah, Beast is back, but this time it's personal.
This time he's purple. I really do not remember what the hell I was gonna say.
Cole, now come back to yours. You were pointing a long time ago about the two-parter movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm at this point I'm kind of fine with them just because it's like with longer movies, like I sat through all of Watchmen and that movie's fucking
Director's
long.
cut or the regular?
Director's cut.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, and I also sat through the director's cut of Batman versus Superman. And
Ooh,
Holy-
extra
holy
sorry.
I could not do like a
How is your
fucking-
heart still beating? I think that the director's cut's so boring it kills people.
See,
Well, those were director's cuts of
as
like,
a
Well, yeah,
notoriously
I know,
bad movies, though.
Did you just say?
but, like, yeah, I mean, Watchmen actually was kind of well.
Did
Oh,
you
wait,
say
no, okay.
Watchmen is notoriously bad.
I've never seen Watchmen. I thought it got
I
like
think
bad
it, I
reviews.
think it does
Maybe
have bad
didn't.
reviews.
Do you have
Watchmen
the
has,
fucking
has like a
ism?
60-something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
And
What are we?
It-
Some kind of Suicide Squad?
it was praised for its adaptation from the comics. Like that's
It
pretty
was
much the only
praised?
thing that Watchmen.
So it's accurate. Like
Batman-
comic fans would like it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I never
So,
read
Sam-
the book. I had the book. I need to read it. And
I
I
need
Sam,
to
are
buy
you,
the book.
Sam, are you just saying that you're not a fan of overly long movies?
I'm just okay. It's a different thing if I can sit in my house and watch an overly long movie rather than if I have to go to the theater and watch it.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
There you go.
Because if I can sit in
I'm-
my house, if I can
Well,
get like
see-
halfway through it, I'll be like, all right, let me pause this. I gotta go take a shit. I'm gonna get some popcorn, come back.
Well,
Let's do
well,
the
they
second
should do
half.
it. They should do it like a live theater, where
So
like
an
if a movie's
intermission?
like if a movie's longer than like I don't know 2.5 hours, by the 2 hour
I think they
point, give us
do-
like a 20-minute break.
I
or
think they
something.
do give intermissions for movies that are like too long.
And honestly,
Yeah, that's what
in
they did
theaters.
for Hateful
Hateful
Eight. I know
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino had at least one intermission in Hateful
See,
Eight. 'Cause
like-
it was like 3 or 4 hours long.
As a fan of
Jesus.
the exclusively extended editions of the Lord of the Rings, I can't really like say that I don't like that experience, but like I mean, I like like things that are in series also, but I only want it to be a two-parter if it was like I don't want there to be filler like just to make it two parts.
I honestly can't imagine like being a filmmaker myself and knowing how much work goes into making something like 10 minutes long. And that's only for like a low budget thing. Like making a multi-million-dollar movie that is 4 hours long. Like, oh my God. You have to just be filming nonstop for a year.
Yeah, well, another thing with it was just like, because yeah, it's like, because I'm gonna bring, because like we're talking about Avengers, I'm gonna bring up Justice League. Justice
Ooh.
League, honestly, like that was too short, and that was 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because-
but they're doing the reverse of on that scenario. They're giving us the group movie first, so you're interested in these characters, and then they shit out all the backstory movies. So then, when Justice League 2 comes out, The Rise of Not Steppenwolf, you can
Right.
give a shit.
It's
Which
gonna
is
be-
really the wrong order to do things.
It's
in.
unquestionably the wrong order. But I
Yeah,
mean, at
no,
this
they-
point,
they
DC has
got
no
in-
idea how to make a movie.
They got into the race like far too late. Like
Unquestionably, too.
It's well, yeah, because that was the thing. Like DC tried to copy the Marvel route, and they really just shouldn't have. They should have been like, all
well,
right.
they did try
we're
to
gonna-
stay with their darker tone, which I respect, but like
It's because they saw how well the Dark Knight did.
yeah, but the Dark Knight was
There you
dark
go.
and real. Whereas like because the first movie they tried to shit out was Superman. You can't make Superman real.
Man of Steel.
Shut
That
the
was
fuck up.
Superman. Okay, what they need to do is they just need to stop. Like just
You're right.
Yeah,
focus.
exactly.
They need to do what they did. They need to do.
Focus
they
on
need
your
to do-
CW shows.
They need to
Yeah.
do what they did after Green Lantern and just quit.
Yeah, and it fucking like I'm fine if you want to put out, like independent movies of like Aquaman and stuff like that. Like I'm fine with that because
You know what they should do?
Because Wonder
DC
Woman was
should
good.
really capitalize on their fucking characters that nobody knows about.
I want to
There's
know.
so many.
I want to
so
know what
goddamn-
happened. What happened with Wonder Woman? Like if we're talking DC pulling the reverse Marvel, like Wonder Woman is the Thor: The Dark World of DC because it's the good one.
yeah, it's because it was fucking Zack Snyder stepped away.
Yeah.
And
That's
Wait, I thought you didn't
fair.
like Thor: The Dark World.
I
It
know,
means
but
it's the black sheep.
because it's like
like it's the black
reverse.
sheep.
It's like
right.
it's the reverse.
Because I never saw
Okay.
Man of
It's
Steel.
the
I
one
heard
that
some
stands
people
out.
were like,
Oh,
it's
I watched
alright.
Man of Steel, and I
I
literally
thought-
wanted to die.
It's okay.
I thought Man of
It's
Steel
just
was
like
Unwatchable.
Yeah, Batman
I
vs
would
Superman
not
is just-
agree with that.
I
I think
also
that's a
wouldn't
bit
agree with that.
overblown.
Literally
Batman vs
unwatchable. It was
Superman.
so
That's
fucking boring.
definitely overblown.
Literally not 1 second of that movie was I like, this has redeeming value. It's boring as shit. Nothing
I
happens
can't
in that
agree with
movie.
that.
I wouldn't call it unwatchable.
I've only seen like half an hour Man of
Very
Steel,
bad to be unwatchable,
but what I have seen did seem a little
It's like
awkward. I guess it seemed
It
like it
is
was trying to
awkward.
take itself very seriously, and I couldn't take it seriously.
like
Like
the
it didn't
Wheaties.
convince me.
it's the Wheaties of the film world. There's nothing good about it.
but
But
Yeah,
there's
Everybody's
a lot
trying to
of,
get their face
but
on the
there's a lot
box.
of big names on it, so you kind of care.
Yeah, well, it's like with Justice League, it really kind of seemed like a half-ass attempt to be like, oh, hey, we're going to start making individual movies for like, hey, you guys remember The Flash?
Remember the
like him
popular
again?
CW show?
Sam, as
Aquaman-
a side note, is your microphone like rubbing up against your shirt or something?
Yeah, probably.
I'm just getting some weird like fabric sound.
Yeah,
it's part
Okay.
of his. That's part of his character.
but
It's part of
like,
his charm.
yeah, it fucking pisses me off because I'm a fucking DC fan and watching that movie bomb sure hurt me. But it's like I knew it was going to, just because I was like, there's no way this can be good.
It's just like they couldn't bring it back. Like they had
They needed to stop trying to shoot for the stars and reach Marvel's level of what they've already made.
yeah.
They need to
I-
just
I
try and
think,
take
like,
their own.
Well, I think the thing was that just like they were gonna make the money no matter what they did, and maybe that's just what they were going for.
Well, it's like a lot of people are blaming Warner Brothers because they're like, Warner Brothers cut out a lot of this.
I mean, Warner Brothers is pretty bad.
Yeah, but
Well, it's like Marvel doesn't have anything like holding them back that much, at least not anymore.
Disney.
Well, other than Disney, but
even
Disney
barely holding them back.
Disney doesn't really do anything like because they did Phase 1 and they probably didn't interfere that much, and then like after fucking like the Avengers became like the fourth highest grossing movie ever, whatever the fuck. Like they were like, all right, we're gonna still be back here, but you just do you, Kevin.
Did Disney even own Marvel during Phase 1?
I don't remember, but
Because that was like, what, 10 years ago, you said?
2000.
well, Avengers came out in 2012, but I know they didn't own them back in like Iron.
Yeah, that was like
you know,
2008 and all that.
But yeah, because Paramount, like back in that day, like Paramount was behind Iron Man 1 and 2 before Marvel Studios was like really a thing. And Universal had the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, The
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk. Such a weird movie.
So you know who I think should have played Thanos?
John Wick.
Oh god.
Lawrence Sonntag.
And I actually
Smokey
thought
Robinson.
he did. Smokey Robinson would be the perfect choice for any character in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been
But-
T-Chel.
No, I feel like Thanos is a really, really good fit for Ron Perlman.
I could see that, but I feel like
I
Yeah.
prefer John Goodman.
Tim Allen.
so. Colton,
would
is
be
that a
interesting.
serious suggestion? How do you know of Ron Perlman?
How do I know of Ron Perlman?
Yeah,
Colton is a
like-
filmmaker.
No,
How do I
He's an
not know?
actor.
I don't
Of
know.
Ron Perlman, let's be
Perlman's a
honest here.
great man.
Hold on. Colton, name 3 movies with Ron Perlman. And
Hellboy.
none of the
Haven't
sequels.
seen it. Haven't seen it. Hellboy 2.
Okay, no. Did you
Haven't
say
seen
Hellboy?
it. Yeah, I said
Okay,
Hellboy
name
and
two
Hellboy
other
2.
ones that aren't sequels.
God, what was Ron Perlman in? I know him because like I can see his face and I can hear his voice,
Because
It
he's
looks like a
Hellboy.
monkey.
He just looks
but I
like
don't
Hellboy.
know. The thing is, I don't know what I know him from. I know him.
From Hellboy,
I know
obviously.
he did the intro for Fallout 3.
Yeah.
But I completely forget what I've seen him in. It's oh my god, was he in for Talladega Nights?
No.
No.
Okay,
No,
give me some movies he's been in. Let me
He
tell you
was
if I've
in
seen him.
Pacific Rim.
He was in Pacific Rim. He was in Halo 3. That's not a movie, but still.
He was in a movie I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Like for some reason, I can see him, and I can see like he has
Snowpiercer?
different colored eyes. He has like weird
He was
eyes.
not
That's
in
just in
Snowpiercer.
Pacific Rim.
Maybe I did see it. Maybe it was Pacific Rim that I saw him.
He was an enemy at the gates.
He was in Sons of Anarchy. He's a great man, though. He's got a great voice.
Maybe I know him for voice acting.
I
What
don't-
voice acting work has he
He
done?
played Deathstroke in Teen Titans.
Slade.
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
That's pretty cool.
They didn't call him Deathstroke in Teen Titans.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
say
I
the
know.
word death on Cartoon Network.
I kind of liked his name just Slade. It was a lot
Slade? Yeah,
more menacing.
It is a lot more menacing.
Like
Deathstroke,
Deathstroke
seems
is kind of an edgy name.
Deathstroke's really like middle school goth.
My Xbox username is XX Deathstroke.
You forgot
Kill
me
your
on
mom.
your
420.
Because I remember when what was it, Mortal Kombat versus DC came out, like there was a character, it was like Deathstroke, and I was like, that looks like Slade. Wait, what? But yeah,
My villain name is Dark Talon.
shut up.
Cold Steel.
So
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Cold
now-
Steel.
now that we've really started talking about DC and stuff, kill yourself. So Colton, I think we know what your favorite Marvel movie is.
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolute no. Um,
What a fool.
my favorite Marvel movie is absolutely Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sam, I'm pretty sure you've agreed with that
Yeah,
sentiment.
that's mine.
What about you, Jared? What's your
You know-
top rated?
You ask a very difficult question.
It is a difficult question.
You guys are just bombarding me with difficult questions episode after episode. But
Oh,
honestly,
by the way,
I'd
don't
say
really have to give you a-
Ant-Man.
Did you really like Ant-Man that
Really?
much?
Well, I think I have a really weird perspective on Ant-Man because I like just dove like balls deep and like marathon them like
Yeah.
for a week straight pretty much. So
Yeah.
Ant-Man was like a breath of fresh air where like it wasn't this like Ant-Man felt so different at the time when
Yeah.
going from phase 1 all the way to Ant-Man that like it was just so unique at the time in marathoning them that it really like sticks out to me. So I
Okay.
like it a lot.
I enjoyed
Okay.
Ant-Man a lot.
I can understand, especially if you're marathoning them, why Ant-Man stick out.
I enjoyed Ant-Man quite a bit.
I also really like Scott Lang as a character. I think he's really cool.
Yeah. I'm glad they went with him instead of Hank Pym, because Hank Pym would have just been
Hank Pym
Tony
is so-
Stark
he
without
would
like
he would have just been nice Tony.
yeah, he would have been
nicer.
Tony Stark without the narcissism.
Doesn't Hank Pym also like beat his wife?
Well, yeah, but everybody beats your wife in
Well,
the
not
80s.
not in the movie, but because his wife's kind of
Dead.
dead. But
Beat her back to life.
yeah. What about you,
Please.
Jr.?
I honestly, I haven't really given much thought to it, but
And like, I was gonna
Um,
tell Jared before he like stated Ant-Man. It's like, you don't really have to say like this is my favorite for sure, but like,
I mean, I honestly, it's probably just because of how fresh it is in my mind and that I haven't watched any others in a while, but I really did enjoy Thor Ragnarok a lot.
that was a quality movie. I guess yeah, and I mean I think I said that as well. Like Thor Ragnarok was really good. Before
was.
before
Good
that
movie.
though, I think my favorite was Civil War. I really liked Civil War.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
It didn't click with me.
There was like the plot was at least Zemo's plan was admittedly kind of convoluted, but like I can suspend my disbelief pretty easily with that, and it was just like it was a cool movie. Like it was everything I wanted it to be for the most part. It served me in all the ways I wanted it to. Plus, I liked seeing Vision again because I really liked Vision.
Vision is.
I didn't know Ron Perlman was the narrator for Fallout and Fallout 2 also.
He was also the narrator of 1,000 Ways to Die.
He was.
So like New Vegas is literally the only one
I really forgot about that one.
that he didn't do.
He didn't do 4.
He did 4. Well, okay, he wasn't. He was the television anchorman in 4, but he was
Okay.
still in 4.
So say yeah,
He
because
wasn't the narrator.
he wasn't the guy. Because your guy says war never changes in
Yeah.
4.
Also says it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, God, can we calm down with that phrase?
No.
It's supposed to be impactful. Just say it once.
So
Yeah, look at Metal Gear Solid 4. They only said it at the very top.
Who was out of America?
on the opposite
What'd
side,
they say in Metal Gear 4? They said
War
hide
never
in a
changes.
box.
The beginning of Metal Gear
Oh.
4, Old Snake is like, war never changes. Technology does.
so on
It's
the
always
opposite
fought with people or some bullshit like that. I don't know. Metal Gear 4 eats dick. Just play 3.
on the opposite side of the coin, I'm going to exclude Thor: The Dark World from this.
All right, well, good
Uh,
choice.
What's your least favorite? Other than because Colton we know is Guardians of the Galaxy, but you know everybody else
Yeah, that was
that
established.
has brains.
Hold on. Before we move on to this, I remembered something I was going to
Why
tell
do you
Jared.
hate Guardians so much?
Jared, last week I did a lightning round about you, and I
Yeah,
asked
you
you what
did.
was the best channel on YouTube, and you
Yeah.
told me to ask you next week.
You sure did, and boy howdy, do I still not have
Sam,
an
I see that
answer,
you're typing.
but I will give you one.
Because my answer, at least for the past like week, my favorite YouTube channel has definitely been Siva Gunner.
Yeah, I the thing is, right, like I love Siva Gunner, but I really feel like if we're just talking about like channels that are important to YouTube, I feel
High
like
quality rips.
yeah, high quality rips are pretty important. But I'd say like Chugga Conroy.
Okay, cool.
he doesn't
that
really-
was just
He does a really good job of like using LPs, like Let's Plays, to teach and to like spread joy.
Hmm.
I feel like
that was just an aside. I just want to make sure we had closure on
Yeah,
that from
yeah.
last week.
I actually did bring
We
that
can-
up
There are
before you got in the
thousands
voice
of
channel.
listeners.
You know, I didn't want anyone to be left in suspense. What is Jared's favorite YouTube channel? I don't
Yeah.
know. Colton
Also-
said he was gonna let me know next week.
I also
Um,
never did tell you my favorite waifu. But that's because there can never be just one.
Yeah. So actually, another thing before I move on to this to the next question, is Colton to
Yeah, is there a lightning round this week?
yeah? Are there segments this week?
I didn't prepare any segments this week. I thought
Well, damn,
then.
son.
Well,
All right.
I guess we're screwed then on that end. But
Oakley dokley.
since
Anyway.
this was a more centered episode, I'd let you guys do. But maybe next week.
back to the
I'll have
topic
segments
at
again.
hand.
Yeah, back to the worst Marvel movie.
Yeah, excluding Thor: The Dark World, least favorite Marvel movie. JR?
Least favorite, you said?
Yeah. If you need to take a pass, you can take a pass. But
I'll come back to me. I'm not.
Samuel?
I'd have to think about it a little more.
Samuel?
3.
What?
Just a third movie of any.
Iron Man 3, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming that all I got through was 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all I heard was 3.
What's the
I mean-
worst movie in the franchise? 3.
3.
I mean, it is the only movie that has 3 as its name, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I really wasn't a fan of 2 like that much either.
so Sam, what do you other than, I mean, we know that everybody dislikes like how the villain turned out. What do you dislike about 3 more than the villain?
I hated 4 personally.
Shut up.
I don't know what it was about 3. Like 3 just like for being a movie that got over $1 billion, it really didn't feel like it added anything for me.
Was
Yeah.
3 the one with
'Cause it-
Whiplash? Or was that 2?
No,
that
that
was
was
2.
2.
Because it was like he had
What
PTSD, but
happens
it's
in
like
3?
if that
The
it was
Mandarin.
yeah, it was Ben Kingsley. Yeah.
9 is the one with that like alien town or whatever. And
Colton, will you shut up? Jared, the orange people attack.
Yeah, the people who turn stuff like melt
The people
stuff.
that can like melt things with their skin.
Oh!
I can't remember the
yeah.
name of that program that
I don't know. It's
Killian.
a stupid drug thing.
I
Yeah.
remember.
I don't
His name's
remember-
Killian, but
What a fucking.
I don't know, like it just all like the villains are forgettable.
yeah,
And it's like the
Yeah.
Mandarin's supposed to be one of the biggest ones from Iron Man, and he honestly felt like the most forgettable. Like I remember Whiplash.
Yeah, because
More than I
Whiplash
wanted
has
to
that
remain.
awesome scene in the race.
Yeah,
Oh, and the Monaco?
I think Whiplash and Ironmonger are cool. With threes, like I don't know. I kind of like how it was a surprise, but I feel like I don't know, they should have had a better payoff. Like if they were really gonna screw you out of the actual Mandarin, they should have had something that was a little bit cooler.
Oh, was that the movie that had like a Formula One race?
That was
two.
Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay. I liked 2 then.
I hate you.
Wow.
I'm pretty partial to 8, but I liked Super 8 better.
This
I will agree, Super 8's good.
It's not super great.
Anyway,
J.J. Abrams.
yeah,
Thank you.
Jared.
There was
how about-
actually in was it in Portal? I think Portal 2. There's a random a little extra on the disc where you can play like Super 8 the video game. I'm dead serious. I'm not
Cool.
lying. It's in like
Alright.
the extras menu, and you're like
Okay.
you're a character from
I
Super 8
didn't know
on
they
the
had
train.
a Super 8 video game. It's weird.
It's
What is
on.
the
It's not.
point?
It was like it was an advertisement for Super 8, but you play it like it's a playable advertisement for
Playable
Super 8.
trailer.
Ooh,
And
PT, Konami.
It's on the disc for
Good deal.
Portal 2.
Anyway, Jared, what about you? I think I know your answer, but
I would say Incredible Hulk, but I'm gonna give it a pass because it was retroactively put into the Marvel universe.
yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, it was still in production, but yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, it just doesn't feel quite like a MCU
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like it, but I can also agree with that.
The actor
But
also
I'd say Winter
randomly
Soldier.
changed.
Winter Soldier, huh?
Yeah. I
That's
didn't really
rough.
like it. I thought it was kind of bland.
See, personally, I think Winter Soldier was a lot better than the first Captain America movie, but that's just me.
I mean, I could just be boring and say Iron Man 3 again, but I literally remember so little of that film that I don't think
Yeah.
I can say if it's good or bad
I mean,
anymore.
I would say like I don't know. It's just as like unimportant as Thor: The Dark World. Maybe a little less unimportant because
Yeah, but at
it's
least
actually
3
like
has,
Tony was like,
has like that cool redeeming value of that sick fight in the end where he's swapping suits.
that was pretty cool. But also there's like the theme is that he's got PTSD from the Avengers, which is kind of neat. But Thor: The Dark World has nothing.
Literally nothing. It just has Loki dying, quotes, dying.
Yeah, for the second time.
Yeah, for the like 9th time at this point.
If he died again in Ragnarok, I was going to be so
I was
angry.
legitimately expecting it.
I was too. I mean, if he died like for the final time, it would have been okay. But except for I really would have wanted him to be in Infinity War if he was gone at this point. But I don't. God, it's tough. It is hard. Like Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World obviously stand out, but we're excluding Thor: The Dark World. And if I want to answer different than somebody else, I really don't know. They're all pretty great. Maybe Captain America: The First Avenger, but I really need to watch it again because it was really a long time ago. It's like the only one that I've like only seen once, and yeah,
It just feels like it's important.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
as
it
a
is
movie.
important.
So it's kind of hard to hate it personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate any of them, but like, it is important. It's just, I mean, it's definitely my least favorite Phase 1 movie, at the very least. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I like them all except for Thor: The Dark World. I just kind of like
It's really hard for me to come up with specific reasons for why I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's just
And
because you have bad taste, all right?
And I think that really is the problem. Like, the problem is the fact that I got done watching that movie and now I don't remember the plot at all. It was that unmemorable. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember the names of half the characters. And I was paying attention.
No,
I
obviously
can remember a lot of the character names from Ragnarok. I can remember a lot of character names from a lot of movies I've watched. I don't know what the plot to Guardians of the Galaxy was at all. It's lost to me. It was so boring.
it is it's a very Marvel tells very character centric stories. Like the plot is usually less important. Then what's then like the character arcs, I guess. But
So I can assume that the plot went something like this. There's some characters. There's a bad guy. The characters get together. They go through some struggles and they beat the bad guy. Which
You
can
literally
be said
just
for a lot of movies.
described a story arc.
yeah,
Not necessarily.
it's a lot of movies.
You literally just described like a basic bell curve story.
There is a lot of movies like that, man versus man. But there's a lot of different stories that don't go like that. Man versus survival. I mean, man versus nature is what that's called.
Man
Just
versus
basic
Hitler.
story types. There doesn't always have to be a bad guy, but I understand, right? In superhero movies,
There
there's
does.
always a villain. But I don't even remember who the villain was.
Oh, his name was Ronan the Accuser,
Yeah,
and he
it
was
was
one of the
Ronan.
worst Marvel villains ever.
Ronan the bitch, and he's a fucking idiot because he got distracted by a jig.
Yeah, we talked about that 2 weeks ago, but like,
We're gonna talk about it again because it's
yeah,
like horrible.
No, I'm fine with it. It's bad. It's like
Literally, the worst part of
Like,
that
I
movie
don't-
is that Ronan is actually mentally handicapped.
I don't remember how the Thor: The Dark World villain gets defeated, but I'm sure it's in a less retarded way than that. Like it's so like it,
Who
like,
even
old-
was the Thor Dark World?
I can't.
Was that
answer
elf thing,
Yeah,
right?
it was Malekith. He was a dark elf.
Dude, how do you make a movie so forgettable?
I don't know.
Literally, I only remember one part of that movie, and that's the part where Loki fake dies.
Yeah, and that's that scene in particular, like that whole thing where he like fake betrays Thor, is pretty cool.
It is cool,
But
but also that's like what, a almost 2 hour movie, and I
Yeah.
can remember probably like
it's probably,
5 minutes
it's
of
probably
it.
like 2 hours and 15 minutes, just like all the others.
Boy, howdy, how do you do that?
I think get help from Thor Ragnarok is a very legitimate strategy.
It really was.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use that more.
I hope that comes back in Infinity War.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's how they defeat Thanos.
I hope they beat Thanos.
I honestly, I can see.
I really hope like Loki gives him a cube and then Thanos just like squishes
That's
him.
what I was gonna say. I can see that happening. Like he gives him the Tesseract, Thanos extracts the stone, and then he just fucking annihilates him.
Yeah,
Why would he give him the Tesseract anyway?
Because
it's literally in the trailer.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, he's handing. It looks like he's handing it to Thanos.
Yeah, like I'm saying those are two completely unrelated clips.
I can
mean,
promise. I can almost bet that Loki. It's not even going to be on. Like Loki.
Like,
that scene where
everybody's
he's
dead.
handing it isn't even in the movie.
Like everybody's dead, and he's just kind of walking among the corpses, and he like is handing it up to the air. It's just what it looks like. I mean, we know he gets the stone somehow.
He has to.
He has the space stone in the trailer, which could be another like fluke. Like they could be tricking us, like they did with all the Ragnarok trailers. But
Yeah, like where Thor had 2 eyes in the trailer and then didn't.
yeah, and such. But
Boy, do I love that.
I hope they make a joke in, or at least not necessarily a joke, but like some mention of the fact that Thor doesn't have any depth perception anymore,
yeah,
and like his
Well,
whole
he's a god, so
his
it shouldn't
whole like
technically
weaponry is based on throwing things.
matter. Not anymore. Now he's just a lightning bender.
Yeah, bro.
For
Mjolnir's gone.
That's true.
Mjolnir got dusted by Helen.
Helen.
Yeah, Helen of Troy. She fucked him up.
Exactly.
I hate when my belongings get dusted.
Me too, bro.
I hate when my best friend gets
So-
touched by the melt stick.
So the real question is, Wong survives Infinity War? Yes or no?
No, unquestionably no. Wong is dead, like out the gate.
Wong is the
feel
guy
like
from the Doctor
Wong's-
Strange, right?
Yeah, Wong's the Asian
Wong's-
guy who hung out in the library.
I hope he survives. He's like one of my
Wong will be
favorite
the first death.
Wong, yeah, Wong. Literally, like Wong is
only
gonna
reason-
like, I'll fight you, bro. Crushed.
The only
better
reason
not
I
be.
could see Wong living is for him to be killed by Carl Mordo in the next Doctor Strange
The only
movie.
reason I see Wong living
Actually,
is to
yeah,
become
that's
the
a
new
good
Doctor
point.
Strange.
Like, because I can see like
That actually,
'cause I think,
Jake,
like-
what you just said makes so much sense. Because that
Because,
probably like will be the top
I could see
of Doctor
I could
Strange
see
too.
Wong dying as a driving force for Doctor Strange against Thanos, but I feel like the fact that Thanos is an alien god is enough of a driving force for Doctor Strange. But Wong being killed by Mordo in a second Doctor Strange movie is like
That-
Steven's gonna be pissed.
Like I didn't even think about that. That honestly is probably going to be like the cold open of the movie is like Wong's fucking library, and then like Mordo just like in behind him, and he's like, nothing
Rips off
personnel,
his arms.
kid. He's like, and he stabs him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and then he
fucking
stabbed me.
Doctor Strange also literally went up against a dude who just planned this for a fucking.
I'm here to bargain.
Yeah, that's what I like. Why doesn't he just do that? Like, I feel like they
Yeah,
need
you
to
should do that to
explain-
Thanos.
Like,
Yeah,
okay,
like,
I guess
I'm here to
the
bargain.
only reason
I'm here to bargain.
the only reason that won't work is because
It's because he has the
Thanos-
time
the
stone.
time is.
Thanos is going to take the Eye of Agamotto and take the stone. But like, how does he get it before Doctor Strange is like, oh well, I defeated like literally other dimensional Satan, so I should just kind
It's
of
because he's distracted.
I should
Doctor
keep it
Strange
that.
looks at him and he's like, "Are those things on his chin gills, or are they just like ridges?"
and then
He
takes.
really
and then
looks
he
like a
takes the thing.
thumb, and then it's just gone. Like he looks down and it's like the eye.
Ah!
Like,
It's been stolen.
yeah, like because he really should just lead with that. Like anytime anything bad happens, just like, well, we're
I
gonna
mean,
make this
like,
not
literally-
happen.
Like every movie could just be like, there's a big confrontation, and Doctor Strange like portals his way in, and he's like, "Hey, here's
Yeah.
the Eye of Agamotto."
I mean, obviously, like they already
Yeah,
explained that
High
there's like
control time.
they definitely explained that there's like big risks to doing that, and I think
yeah,
the thing
because the
like
whole time
what?
Wong's like, "Bro,
tearing the
don't."
space-time continuum, bro.
Don't do that.
I feel like also, I mean, I don't know if they ever addressed this, but like I feel like the reason he was so comfortable with doing it at the end of Doctor Strange was because he was in another dimension. I mean, he did it on Earth too, but like he only did it once, whereas he did it like 65 times against Dormammu.
True.
So maybe it wouldn't hurt too bad. I mean, I guess the space-time continuum is
it's also
probably
in,
like
Dormammu's,
inter-universal,
like, magic Dormammu dimension where time has no relevancy. So
except for to Dormammu.
yeah, except for
Oh yeah, and
I'm here to bargain.
Sam, I think
You guys
know
are
this.
just making up character names now.
No, we're not.
Dormammu met Flim Flam, and then Flimmy Jimmy came over, and he said, "Hey, I just
Is this
got
how
done
you write
talking to
scripts?
Wimbo
Colton, how do
Grombo
you-
over there."
Colton, how do you feel about
Jimmy?
how do you feel about one of the children of Thanos, Proxima Midnight?
Is that his Xbox gamer tag?
That's who throws
No,
the
there's not enough X's and underscores.
That's who throws the spear at Cap in the trailer is Proxima Midnight.
Great.
But anyway, what was I gonna say?
So how many bastard children does Thanos have in this film?
4.
I don't think any of them
Four?
are even bastard children. They're just like he's
Counting
literally-
Gamora and Nebula?
I know nobody knows Mortal Kombat, but like he's the same person as Shao Kahn. He just takes over worlds and then takes women as his daughters.
Yeah, like Zeus did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Zeus just
I mean,
Yeah.
Zeus also ate his kids, so.
Zeus
I
would
thought that was
literally just like
Kronos.
Was that Kronos? I thought
That's
that was Zeus, too.
Kronos.
And then Zeus
No,
was like,
Zeus was the one who was like
Yeah, Zeus was the one who got
unfaithful and
placed
slept
for a-
around.
yeah, Zeus would literally just like go down to Earth and he'd be like, "Hey, they're not ugly."
And wasn't his wife Aphrodite?
he'd
Yes.
be like, hey, he'd be
Like,
like, hey,
how do you
bitch.
cheat on Aphrodite? That's a
I
little
thought his
off
wife
topic,
was
never mind.
Hera.
But wait,
He had
wasn't,
multiple wives, didn't he?
Well, probably.
wasn't
Zeus
Zeus
is
the one who
the-
got saved because like his mom fed Kronos a rock?
Zeus was the man who killed all the
Uh,
Titans.
I don't remember this
Oh,
much.
Don't you
There's-
remember
there's
the
somebody who-
song?
Somebody was in
He
place
hit
of a
those
rock.
Titans flat.
You're right.
And then along came Zeus. He hurled his thunderbolts.
He just
Because
went out to
Sam,
Earth
I
and was
think
"Hey,
like
bitch, I'm a
what you're saying
swan."
is like somebody got
Fuck
like
me.
fed to Kronos, or like a rock got fed to Kronos instead of somebody, and then like
Hercules.
Kronos threw up all of the children or something like that he'd eaten.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
Greek-
like-
I remember
mythology
something
was
really
weird.
really weird
The
like
Greeks were fucking high.
They were
dude.
on tons of drugs.
eating
tons of
What's
party
the-
drugs.
rock.
What's the name of that guy who's made out of rocks in Thor Ragnarok?
Korg.
that. I love
With the addition of
Korg.
Korg, I think the Marvel
oh, by the
Cinematic
way-
Universe is finally complete.
Oh, by
Now
the
that
way,
we finally have a funny Shrek character.
by the way,
Yes.
Korg survives Infinity War. Yes or no?
Unquestionably, yes.
He has to.
I
He
hope
literally
so.
has to.
If he dies, people will stop watching Marvel movies forever.
Honestly, the only reason,
unquestionably.
honestly, I think the only reason he
Okay.
would die was because so many people liked him from the
We
first.
have to remember.
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
Well,
so
it's gonna
Thanos,
be like the exact same thing that I was talking about earlier. Like, I really don't think they're gonna Jew us over by like bringing in a character and then having them die literally next movie.
Probably not.
Oh,
But
okay.
we also have to remember, and I know kind of bad to reference Thor: The Dark World, but Thor. Okay, Thanos is probably infinitely more powerful than Thor, and Thor one shot an older and much bigger Korg in Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, he did.
But did
Side note,
he have a ghost?
he was Fedorok.
And then
He was
Thanos
what?
steps on Meeks, but then later we find out that Meeks isn't actually
His
dead.
name's Meek.
Oh, Meek's dead.
What'd you
What
say,
did
Sam?
And Meek,
close
and,
on
and
said
okay,
Thanos
hold on.
was
I've
Fedorok.
solved the whole MCU.
No, Sam, what? Say that again.
Kronos
He was
was
Fedorok.
Fedorok.
Yeah, he
Oh,
ate all
okay.
but
He was
Zeus because
bad.
Rai hid baby Zeus and gave Kronos.
I thought, like, I don't know, because I thought you were still talking about what we were talking about, and I thought you said, like, he.
Nope.
No, Sam's over here doing research.
I was like, what?
Also, like, why does every like superhero thing have to somehow reference back to mythology?
Because
Because
mythology's
fucking
fucking
DC has
badass.
Hades.
Yeah,
so
DC does have
Marvel.
Hades.
Wonder Woman literally fought Ares.
Well, it's just like, all
Yeah,
the
and
comic
freaking
books,
Ares is also a member of the Avengers.
like, all these comic
That is
book
true.
things were, like, written, fucking, they've been being written
And there's
for, like,
literally a
50
Marvel
years.
character who's just actually Hercules.
I mean, yeah,
They've been
there's
being written for,
character
like,
just
50
Ares.
years. And they were like, and I guess, mythology, whether Norse, Greek, or Roman, is just really good inspiration, I guess.
Yeah, because isn't Wonder Woman's father Hades?
Does anybody in the MCU have a lovable pet?
Yeah.
Ant-Man did, but it got killed.
Spider-Man has Ned.
Yeah, good.
Because I'm hoping Thanos has like this little alien dog thing, maybe called like Glumpy or something,
Why?
and it'll kind
Glumpy.
of just help
Glumpy?
humanize him. Yeah, Glumpy.
I mean, like,
He's like,
Honestly-
this is my pet corgi, Glumpy.
honestly, like, as stupid
Man.
as what Colton's saying is, like, that's kind of what I was saying, like, at the very beginning, is that they really do need to make Thanos, like, they need to make, I don't know, he can't just be, like, big bad.
Yeah, the part about Glumpy was definitely a joke, but maybe not. I now that I say it, I kind of want Glumpy. But aside from that,
I am Thanos,
Aside from that-
destroyer of worlds.
the thing I was actually trying to say was that yeah, I think he needs to be humanized a little bit more to be a good
'Cause
villain,
he can't-
rather than just
he-
like
he
I
can't
want
be-
all the stones, I want to destroy the world. I'm not
Yeah,
sure that's
because it
the best
makes it
motivation.
sound like he says
Why
but
not?
balancing the universe, and that's really what like intrigues me. Like, what does he think is the problem? Because I mean, that's what Ultron was doing. He was like, humanity's a cancer, and we have to get rid
He
of
says,
it. But
"It's
Ultron
my
was
destiny."
flawed, so I don't.
to
He's like,
restore
I'm a
balance
robot.
to the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Thor, with his one eye, says, I need to restore my honor.
God damn it.
Your scar's on the wrong side.
There's a scene from Ragnarok where his
Yeah, he's-
bad eye
he's
was
looking-
on the wrong side for a minute.
He's looking in the mirror, and like,
Yeah.
we all immediately in the theater were like, "Wait a second, what did they do?"
Man, I'm
Mistake.
glad Marvel Hercules is literally just a retelling of the actual Hercules myth. There's nothing new.
What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, because like the thing about Loki in the first Thor movie,
Whatever Thor
Was
can
that
do,
like-
Hercules can accomplish more mightily.
he wasn't driven to like he didn't really want to take over the world. He didn't really, I don't know, he didn't want to take over Asgard. He didn't want to lead Asgard. He just kind of wanted to be Thor's equal. He wanted Odin to like him
Yeah,
as
he
much
just
as he
wanted
liked
his,
Thor,
he wanted his daddy to give him a pat on
which
the
is
back.
kind of what, like, as great as the Avengers is, it kind of sucks about like what caused him to just, I guess somebody gave him a cool staff and he was like, I want to kill people.
So all you have to do is just fight my champion, and then you can head on back to Asper, Gasland, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
That place is
Argue,
fucking
or not even
bomb.
arguably, like literally the best character in that movie, in my opinion.
Asperg.
Why are you handing me the melt stick?
But on that note, we have just hit the 1 hour mark. I think it'd be a good place to wrap it up. I don't know if this conversation will ever end
Probably not.
if I don't
shit.
put a stop to it.
Did you know
right
that
now.
Marvel's Hercules and Hulk had a fight? Can you guess who won?
Hulk.
Correct answer. It was Hulk. Hulk kicked his fucking ass.
Because Hulk is the greatest of all time.
Hulk is.
Quickly before we go, there's also a new Cloverfield movie coming out.
Oh, shut
Cloverfield
up.
4?
One final question on the topic of that before we go. Oh God,
The topic of Cloverfield, you had that prepared?
no. On the topic,
On the topic of
it was what
Hercules getting
Jared
his
said,
ass
kind
beat
of,
by Hulk.
but it's really not. It's very loosely based on what he said.
Hercules.
Favorite Avenger / MCU like actual hero.
Glumpy.
Yeah,
Glumpy.
probably Glumpy.
Yeah, unanimously Glumpy. Anyway, really though,
God.
So does it have
It's
to be a
a
hero?
toughie.
It can be any
I
character.
guess it can be any character. But I was
You
thinking
can pick John C. Reilly.
I'd say
My favorite-
I'd say we do like favorite Avenger / hero.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, because my favorite character of all time is still definitely Jeff Goldblum
But
from
yeah,
Ragnarok.
I did love Jeff Goldblum.
he's a great character. But I'd say like Avenger
Peter Quill.
/
My
Guardian.
favorite Avenger.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn between Ant-Man and Thor, honestly.
Ant-Man's a good one.
Ant-Man is pretty cool.
Probably Tony Stark. I just like how much of a douchebag he is.
He is great.
See, that's the thing. I just like those I just like kind of like the comic relief, but they still know what they're doing.
Yeah. Like how
Also,
the great line in the Avengers. When did you become an expert on thermonuclear physics? Last night. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, my favorite character is Samuel Jackson. Oh,
They asked me if I had a theory.
Fucking eat it too.
Oh,
They asked
yeah.
me if I had a degree in theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics.
The only
They
reason I
said,
could
"Welcome
see
aboard."
Samuel Jackson not dying is
I
because
don't
he
e-
already
is-
died. But
Yeah, I don't even think he's. Do we even know if he's in this movie? Was
I
he
don't
in the
know.
trailer?
No.
Because I haven't
It's a
heard
big reveal.
any.
He's like, I am Thanos.
His voice
I
was
haven't-
in the trailer.
I haven't heard anything like confirming in the slightest that we're gonna see
The
Fury.
last movie he was in was Ultron.
Yeah, where he was like supposed to be dead at that point. He killed himself technically, like publicly.
What?
Yeah, he like
What-
died in the public eye. Or did
what
that happen
are you
in
fucking
Ultron?
talking about?
When Nick
Wait.
Fury? He
Well,
went-
anyway,
he
guys.
went
He
on the
got
lam.
shot by the Winter Soldier. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he went on the lam.
He didn't
There's
die.
no way. There's no way Nick Fury was actually dead. You know this.
I know he wasn't dead, but like, damn it. Anyway, mine's Hulk, but
Hulk. Wow.
I'd say
Not Bruce, but Hulk.
oh yeah, definitely Hulk, especially after Ragnarok.
I can give you that.
Like,
If Ragnarok hadn't come out yet, I'd
No,
really
it was-
question that decision.
well, yeah. I mean, I just like the Hulk in concept. If
I like that whole game for the GameCube where you can like
That's a
make
good
cars
game,
into
dude.
boxing gloves and
if
like,
it,
punch buildings.
that's the best game ever made. If it weren't Hulk, Thor, or Iron Man, or Vision, I really like Vision.
Vision's
And they
pretty
send
great.
in the military like sends in the mech suits to fight you.
Yeah, Colton, we played that game so much as children.
We played that way. I actually hardly. I don't know if I ever touched the controller. I was content with just watching you play and
Yeah.
destroy everything.
I would let you play occasionally.
I didn't
Oh,
want to
how
play
nice.
ever. I just wanted to. I wanted to watch Hulk and I wanted to watch the car boxing gloves
Yeah.
and the gas station. Occasionally, you would pick up like a
Oh, yeah.
light post or something and like
Throw-
javelin it at the people. That was
You could
nuts.
also pick up a giant inflatable gorilla and just kind of fly around with
Yes, yes, I remember that. It was like a glider.
it. Yeah.
That was like a nostalgia rush. I totally forgot about the giant flying
God,
gorilla.
Colton's got a fucking boner.
Yeah, I can hear it from here.
It's a great game.
The other side of the table.
Yeah, Colton,
I don't even know if that game has a story. I think it's
it
just
does.
like
it's not great, but
it plops you down and
a
it's like,
Hulk
all
game.
right,
There can't be
you're the Hulk. Welcome to the Hulk.
you have to like go through the story to get all your build up points to unlock some of your moves and stuff. It's
Hmm.
the story's all right, but the main thing. I mean, it's literally called The Incredible Hulk: Ultimate Destruction, and that's what's the most fun about it.
Speaking of the
So
Incredible
anyway,
Hulk, we should have a
uh,
Hulk Wars movie. Where all the Hulks come from the
we
Hulk
are-
planet.
We already had Planet Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but like real. Like real life action. Like cinematic universe real.
No, I mean Ragnarok was Planet Hulk,
But like not even.
but that's the storyline though. Is that
Jared scoffs loudly
Hulk is
at
a
the notion
gladiator on Sakaar.
of Ragnarok.
Yeah,
being
but like
Planet Hulk.
actual World War Hulk is
Oh well, yeah, World War
there's
Hulk is
just a
something different.
shit ton of fucking Hulks. Because there's a planet of Hulks.
Wait, so it's literally World War Z with Hulk?
No.
There's a bunch of Hulks.
There's just a planet of Hulks, and then there's like 2 or 3 good Hulks who
World
fight
War
the
Z,
World
evil
War
Hulk.
Z 2, the game.
World War Z, the video game.
And they all climb over the wall because they were like, "Hey guys, you know, a loud noise really makes the zombies upset."
Let's
And they're
have
like,
a
"Okay, let's have this
whole
concert
scene.
right next to the wall."
It wasn't like, I mean, you're,
And the dude
okay.
spots the dude with his binoculars, like freaking
So what
whoever that guy
happens-
was, like Brad Pitt or whatever. He looks and he's like, "Oh my god, that one kid's not getting eaten by the zombies. He's the cure."
Yeah.
He's I Am
binoculars.
Legend.
What happens is still
Yeah.
stupid, but they weren't having a concert.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. I remember like they were just having this.
They were
it was
just
crazy
singing.
He was singing
rager.
for like freedom or some bullshit.
Yeah, they
and
were
then
just singing
everybody in
'cause
the
they were,
whole
like,
city
fucking-
decided to chime in, and
Because they were
like,
Chinaed
and
into-
then fucking every zombie in the tri-state area was like, "Oh shit, dog! There's a wall here. Let's start climbing."
They didn't even really start climbing. They just started kind of piling in front of it and then climbing each other.
That's my favorite movie in the
Who
MCU.
would win? The Walls of Jerusalem or people singing?
Trumpets.
Wait, I'll say, is that a reference to the whole Bible thing where like they played a bunch of music and the walls fell?
I don't
That's not the
fucking
walls
know.
of Jerusalem. I think it's
I think he's in
it's
the
walls
he's in
of
that room of the
Jericho.
hospital.
The walls of
Still,
Jericho were
I mean-
filled by trumpets.
He's in that room of the hospital, and like the Pepsi cans start falling out, and he takes one with the logo facing out.
Oh, he takes a
He
nice,
drinks
cool,
it.
refreshing
He
sip.
looks straight at the camera, and he says, "I love the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi when I'm fighting zombies."
He looks straight at the camera and he says, "Justice to the man."
The only reason I know about that biblical tale is because Veggie Tales.
The fabled walls of Jericho. They were destroyed by
Veggie
12
Tales.
trumpet players. Or
That's what I like to hear.
Veggie
You know, what
Tales.
always made me super upset about VeggieTales
the silly
as a
songs.
kid.
They had
No, it
nothing
was
to
the
do
fact
with the
that
Bible.
none of the characters had arms, but they could still like pick stuff up.
They're all psychic. The
Yeah,
Lord's power went through them and made them psychic.
I'm assuming at this point
Call me a
the
fucking
video will
badass.
have faded.
No, this
No,
is the
keeping it all in.
podcast.
Yeah, we're having Veggie Tales.
It's starting to fade now. It's fading
Welcome
out.
to
right
the
now.
VeggieTale podcast. Veggie. You are
Thanks for
my
watching.
cheeseburger. My lovely
Thanks for watching Nerds at the
cheeseburger.
Roundtable, everybody. We'll
Wait,
see
you
you
were
next
serious?
week. I'm sorry. That's all I can say about the end of this episode. Is
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I figured you would just
Where
kind
is
of
my
fade it
hairbrush?
out, like when.
But I'm actually not.
It's just one giant trailer for John Wick 3.
I kind- Okay. See you next week. Goodbye.
I figured you would just fade it out when we.